Town and state officials celebrate the renovation of a park in Hyannis. 2 mooring lists will be adding names, and we have details about tonight's town council meeting on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Thursday, July 9th, 2015. I'm Sarah Mantle. A large crowd of residents and town leaders gathered at Ridgewood Park last evening to celebrate the completion of renovations to the neighborhood park. The new park features a play structure and swing set and a bluestone path that circles the park. Planning for the park began in 2010 and included much input from residents. The park is designed as a safe place for neighborhood residents to enjoy. Its renovation was funded in part with a Gateway Cities grant from the state. Well, good news for residents hoping to get a town slip for their boat. The town is adding names to 2 waiting lists. The waiting list for a slip at Gateway Marina and the marina at Prince Cove will now take up to 50 residents rather than the previous 25. A lottery will be held Friday, July 24th at 1 p.m. You can contact the town's Marine and Environmental Affairs Department to sign up for that lottery. Town Council meets tonight. Barnstable This Morning host Sarah Colvin gets details about what's on the agenda from Town Council President Jessica Rapcrossetti.
So a relatively light agenda for this evening. Jessica, let's run through what we have on tap for tonight's meeting.
Well, we have no presentations from any committees, boards, commissions, other than there is going to be a report, I think, from the Committee to Analyze Management Practices and Policies. They're finalizing their committee, and I think the town manager too will be having Dan Santos, the director of DPW, do an overview of where we stand with the capital projects over the last year, and then we'll get into the old business. There's 2 items under old business. There's an appropriation order of $295,000. Community preservation funds, and that's for the acquisition and creation of open space at Sandy Neck, and that's the 14-acre parcel. There was discussion on this item at the last meeting, and unfortunately the public hearing was closed. However, the item was continued, so I won't be accepting any comment during the item itself, and I think it was continued because there was a little more information that was needed by councilors with regards to the conservation restriction, who was going to hold the restriction on the parcel and access to over the parcel itself. So there were some outstanding questions, and hopefully those will have been answered. And then we'll move on to our last appropriation of the 2015, which is for $100,000 community preservation funds for 1819 Old Stage Road, affordable housing there, and that is the Habitat for Humanity's project, and that's to acquire some property to put I think 2 houses, 2 single-family affordable houses on the property.
Indeed, and that's all the old business, and then we were into brand new, fresh numbers for
that's
fiscal
right,
2016.
2016-001. And we start off by the accepting FY16 Department of Homeland Security grant in the amount of $2,800 for multiple assault counterterrorism action capability, or MACTAC training. No one likes to talk about this, but they have to train for the worst case scenario. This is an intense, 5-day, 8-hour per day training, and this already took place. This is a reimbursement towards that training. And Ann Spillane from the Barnstable Police Department is very good at securing these grants for the department.
She absolutely is. And, you know, as you say, nobody likes to think about training for an event such as this, but you always want to be prepared.
Absolutely, yes. We want our police force to have all the necessary tools should they be required.
Indeed. And then looks like O2 and O3 are appointments and reappointments to boards, committees, and commissions.
That's right. We've got quite a few people getting newly appointed, and these require first readings, and everything from Council on Aging, Disability, Housing, and Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission. And then our reappointments are folks that have signed on for another term. And these are our 3-year terms, some of them, and those are everything from the Barnstable Economic Development Commission to Old Kings Highway, Public Works, Waterways, Water Pollution Control, and Youth Commission. And Renewable Energy Commission, too.
Absolutely. And we always, thank the volunteers who spend countless hours working. I know that obviously as town councilor you work as well, but have had experience working for our various boards, committees, and commissions as well. And so we thank everyone for stepping up and getting involved.
Absolutely. You can't do it without them.
Absolutely.
Really, you can't.
And then a couple of more items, of course, a contract renewal for our Chief of Police, Paul McDonald, who really is just doing a phenomenal job of leading our police force. He's
a pleasure to serve with, and I think he's really, I would say, whipped the department into shape, but he really is made us very proud of the Barnstable Police Department. They're faced every day with so much adversity, and they seem to handle themselves very well, especially in this day and age where you're here, the police department having it out with local citizens. And I think the chief really has set the standard for our police department, and I'm happy to sign or to ratify that 3-year contract, which his contract expires October 1st, so this is extending that contract.
Wonderful.
His salary will be a little bit greater, be about $160,000 a year. And he'll be receiving a 2% annual cost of living increase, and he's really done an excellent job for us.
Absolutely, absolutely, and wonderful to know that he will be around at least for another 3 years. And then the final is the appointment of Cindy Lovell to serve as administrator for the town council, and we know she's been acting as administrator for some time now in the absence of Barbara Ford.
That's right. Barbara Ford no longer works for the town, and Cindy, as I know her, has stepped in and took on the responsibility of the administrator and had to do a lot of learning on the job. And I think she certainly deserves this position. That position was offered, and we did interview 4 candidates total, and Cindy Lovell was selected by Administrative Review Committee, and that was previous President Councilor Dagwan, and Councilor Chirigotis, and Vice President Kennedy, and myself. So we're putting Cindy's name forward for the administrator's position.
Wonderful. Jessica, anything else that folks need to know about tonight's meeting?
No, not at all, except if you need to comment on any item, can't attend, certainly welcome your comments on our agenda comment form online at the Town Council webpage.
Excellent. I thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you tonight, Jessica, on the dais. Have a great day.
Thank you, Sarah. Take care.
We'll be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program, Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we have our weekly arts and culture segment. We'll also talk with Hyannis Youth and Community Center General Manager Joe Izzo. Plus, we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.